Good morning, gang. Grab your Bibles. It's my, so it's time for the book of James. James chapter 1, last verse, the 27th verse. All right, here we go. James chapter 1, verse 27. It says, pure religion. Now, we talked about religion, right? Okay. Pure religion and undefiled before God. Undefiled before God. What in the world does that mean? Undefiled. Being defiled means that we have sin in our life, known sin in our life, okay? So pure religion and undefiled means no sin, okay? Clean, pure. When you think the word pure, I want you to think of white, pure, like a bride coming down the aisle in a pure white gown, pure white, like the first snow on the ground. No dirtiness on it. You look out and everything is just crystally, beautifully white. That's pure. Okay? God is pure. No sin in him. So pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this. He's saying, do you want to know what pure religion is? Do you want to know what true religion is? I'm going to tell you. It says to visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction. So the church in that time was having a bit of a difficulty. There were people that wanted to preach, but didn't have enough time to take care of all the people in the church. And there apparently were a lot of fatherless kids running around and widows that didn't have a husband that would take care of them. And back then, women that didn't have anybody to take care of them didn't have a way to live, okay? It was very, very hard for a woman back then to live on her own. So when they came together as a church family, they were to take care of one another. And one of the ways that they could show that they truly followed God was to take care of the fatherless and the widows. All right, so it says, so visit the fatherless and the widows and help them in their affliction. In just getting by in life, affliction means hard times, okay? So to visit the fatherless. So all you had to do is go visit them, say, hi, I'm me, I'm visiting you today. Want to have a cup of tea? That's what they would do here. No, that's not what this is saying. It's saying to help them. That visit means you go find out what they need. Find out if their house needs a new roof on it, or find out if they have enough to eat, if they have enough clothes, if they have enough money to make it to the next day. Help them out. So the first thing that James says would help to show that people that truly understand and truly believe God and wanting to live a better life for him is to visit the fatherless, help the widows, make sure that they're cared for. The second thing is, and keep himself unspotted from the world. Unspotted from the world? How in the world does the world spot us? How do they put dirt on us? Very easy. Very, very easily. We have three things in our life that can cause us to sin. Satan, you know that one. Ourselves, because we're selfish, we cause ourselves to sin. And the world, the flesh, and the devil, those three things. And the world leaves its spots on us. I'm going to give you a really, really good example about this. This is, once again, Papa's example, but I'm stealing it from him. If you were to go into a dairy barn there in Illinois, in a dairy barn, all the cows come in to be milked, okay? And the cows go in with their heads, they put their heads in these little stalls, and they stay there while they're being milked. And now machines do all the milking. So the farmer comes and attaches all the milk machines, and so the cows are all going that way. Their heads are going that direction, and their rear ends are facing the walkway. And there's a walkway going between all the rear ends of the cows, okay? So there's a cow, 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 and they're all looking the other direction from you. Can you see that in your mind? Okay. So you're walking down the center of the barn, and the cows' rear ends are facing you. Now, when a cow lifts his tail, you better be past him, because something bad's going to happen, okay? And the problem is, it stinks and it splatters all over you. So you got to walk straight down the middle of that barn. If you go too close to either side of those cows, you're going to get spotted. Just see what I'm saying? Mucky, nasty, stinky spotting. Now, it's the same thing with the world. If we get too close to the world, it spots us, and it leaves its stink behind. It leaves spots all over us. Last time we were talking about controlling our mouth and what we hear, be it cussing on the TV, be it hearing God's name taken in vain by people around us, because it's hard for normal people in the world to walk around without cussing. Here in Scotland, it's in their language. It's amazing how much cussing happens. And as you go through the grocery store, you can't help but hear it. As you turn on the TV or your internet, your computers, your phones, you hear it. And you know what? What goes in here comes out here. And it can make our life spotted, because we remember that. Sometimes it becomes a habitual word with us. Sometimes it's other things, a philosophy that you might be listening to on TV or on the internet. And it can ruin your life. It can cause sin in your life. So God says, pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this: to visit or help the fatherless and the widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. We need to make sure that we stay far, far away from any sin that's going to become a habit in our life, that's going to become a spot on us. It's just like being in that barn. We want to stay right down the center of that aisle. We don't want to go too close to any of the cows' rear ends, because we're going to get spotted. You don't want to be spotted. You don't want sin all throughout your life. So James is saying, keep yourself pure. Whatever you see can cause real damage in your heart later on in your life. Be careful what you're watching to. Be careful what you're listening to. Don't let the world spot you, okay? The world wants to, but don't let it. How will I remember to not be spotted? I want you to think about it. Whenever you hear a bad word, I want you to think about those cows in the barn. Is it leaving its spot and its stink all over you? Don't let it. I love you. Hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye.